Hi, welcome back to Mainly Crochet. So today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to do some tatting. You know, little here, little there. So I thought I'd show you like some of the tools of the trade, so to speak. Like first of all, we have our shuttles. Now this type is my personal favorite. Okay, it's actually called the Moonlit. It's from Handy Hands. It's got the little hook already on it. I like it. Also, this with the post, I don't know if you know, this is the original style of tatting shuttles. I did not realize that. I always thought this kind was with the bobbin. It's not. And I personally am not a fan of bobbin shuttles. Every time I try, I mean, it just doesn't go smooth enough for me. Somehow my mother made it work, but you know, we're all different. This one I bought when I first started. It's really big for hands just starting. I think I could probably work a little better with it now, but it's handmade. I love it. I just love it. And then I have a bunch of, you know, I have like this one. This was Mom's. I actually bought it for her, which is bigger than, well, not that one, but it's bigger than like some of these other ones that I have. My personal, see, I like, if it's going to be one of the plastic ones, okay. These are just like a no, you know, off brand. But if you get like a boy one, I'm pretty sure it's boy, and they have a nice point on them. Yeah, like this one. That's Clover. My bad. I almost gave them wrong. Boy is this one. So again, not my favorite. I'm not a fan of that. Clover, I like it because it does have this. However, neither one matters because they don't really, that helps like, because it's pointier, you see what I'm saying, than these off-brand ones. They look alike until you know, but these have a more rounded tip. The nice tip on here, I don't even know if I've been in view. Let me get down closer, so I probably should be. But this one has a nice point on it. So if you have to pick your work apart, right, you can get this in there easier than, you know. Same with this. These hooks are fairly good at helping to pick that apart. Plus, you know, you got to bring thread through. These aren't the best at that when you're working. So you're going to want to have some small crochet hooks. These are a number 10, you know. Doesn't matter what size, as long as it's not too big for your work. Just as long as you got something you can reach in there and grab it with. But yeah, I have lots of hooks. I mean, lots of shuttles. So shuttles, not as easy to find as they used to be, I'm going to say. But you can get them on Amazon. You can get them on Temu. That's where I actually, no, yeah, I did get some on Temu, but some of these I got, most of them I got right off Amazon. And then thread. All right, now this thread here, this is you know, this is for tatting. See, it says tatting. But this is a size 70. This is not something you want to start out with, okay? Hopefully over time you get to work your way up to it, but I haven't actually really tried for quite a while with this, because when you get into those knots and you got to pull, you know, even if you're just trying to go a little bit tight, it will snap on you. Never fails. So until you kind of learn it, you know, what you're doing. I don't have a number 5 thread with me. I mean, a number 3 thread with me right now. I got 5 and I have a 10. These aren't too bad to work with. I think I actually started with a 3, but work your way down to the smaller sizes, because you get used to doing it first. Don't just jump right in, because it ain't gonna happen. And then there are these. You can get these on Amazon, you know, wherever. I don't, probably get them in craft stores and stuff. I don't know. I haven't even looked in craft stores for this stuff, because I just order it. But these are called Pico gauges. Now, if you don't know what a Pico is, see these little loops right here? I'd say I use that size too. Those are called Picos. And some people, my mother was one of them, who could pretty much get all of her Picos the same size. You know, she didn't use these things. But I wanted to make sure mine were, because I just was not they just weren't coming out. They weren't coming out good. So I bought me some picot gauges. And then these are millimeters. These ones here. These are my two that I use the most. But I also made them. These are like the plastic, you know what I mean? They put like embroidery thread around or whatever. And then you size them out and you just cut them off. So you can have inches and millimeter. I haven't made anything big enough really to use these with. But, I mean, I taught myself to tat. But I'm going to say crochet is still my thing. So I thought maybe the first thing we would do after, you know, just giving you a quick glimpse of some stuff here. And don't forget the scissors. You're going to need scissors. We're going to learn how to wrap the thread. Now what you're going to want is for your thread, when you set your bobbin down, right? That thread needs to come out the bottom right. So when you pick it up, you'll be holding it like this. I like my hook facing toward the, where is my hand? There it is. I like my hook to be facing toward the right as well. It doesn't seem to catch quite as much, because sometimes they will. So let's see if I can get this through the first time, or if I end up having to switch it up. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. So I'm going to take it, I think. No. I'm really trying to remember which way that this is supposed to go in there. Hang on, I gotta cut that. All right. Put that right in there. See how it's sitting like this, right? And I put it right from right to left. Bring it around the top. Okay, now, see if I can remember how to tie it the correct way. There's a right way to do it. You kind of tie it. My nails are a little longer than I usually have them when I do this. If you tie it, you know, I try doing this to make it easy for you guys, and I make it harder because I just, it's like I'm not teaching you anything if I'm not doing it right. I'm trying to tie a knot around this string. That's what my thing is. I'm tying it around this one. Does that make sense? It's like I'm tying this in a knot. I don't even know if, I don't think I even need to do it in a knot. I think you only do it once. Pretty sure you only do it once, because you actually, well, yeah, let me cut this off first. Because, all right, well, first of all, you're going to do it that way. You see how the thread is on the bottom, and then you're going to wind it around this way. And actually what you should do is, it takes some getting used to, but you should hold your thread like this and wrap it like this. Because when you do it that way, you cause many less twists and turns in your thread. Because if you're just pulling it off like this, when you do that, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You go like this, it's just going up and around and it's twisting. Anyway, so if you do it this way, then as you're working it, it shouldn't get as twisted. Now, the reason I showed you how to do that, not the way I showed you, was because as you're going along and then you get down to at the end, say we're at the end here, right? Or if you have to, you know, undo it for some reason, you take this and you just kind of, and it comes right out. That was cool. Come on, admit it. I don't remember where I saw that from. But yeah, so bring it through. I think I brought it through the right way. See, I didn't even bring it through the right way that time. They have another way of doing it too. They use a slip knot kind of. I have not learned that one yet. It's kind of cool because it's kind of like they have a piece that stays on your shuttle, and you just kind of attach your thread to it, because that way, if you have, like, say you're working on a piece and you're right down to the wire, you are almost out of that thread, you know what I mean? You've got a few stitches left. If it's wrapped around here, you're not getting it off there. But if you have this piece of thread and then you have that thread you're working on attached to that thread, you can get right to the end of it before you take it off. And you can use up the very last pieces of your thread. And I did not want to do that in a complete knot, but I did, so we're okay. It won't come off now. All right. So we should, like I said, we should do this. You can do it this way, but I'm telling you, if you do this, it is going to twist. I know that sounds like kind of weird. Like, why would it matter? Why does that make a difference? It does. And it's because of the way it's coming. It's not I don't know how to explain it. Like if you're just unwinding it like this, you know what I mean? As you're slowly doing it, that it'll work right. But if it's popping up and it's going up over the top like that, it's twisting. You can see, just like that. So, all right, let's see if I can get you up here now a little bit. However, just for this, because I'm not going to make an entire thing today, I'm just going to wind this up real quick so that we have something to work with. And then we can work on learning to do it's called the double. Now, there is only one stitch. There's one stitch in tatting. Okay, so if you can do that stitch, it's not so hard. All right, I'm gonna stop right there. And I will pull some of this off here. All right, the stitch in tatting is called double stitch. All right, so you take your thread, okay, you wrap it around your hand and you pinch okay, now I've got mine still attached to the ball. If you're doing just a straight thing, we can do it with this. Just a straight. This is great for practice. Just wind up some shuttles and just practice. So you just take your thread like this, wrap it around your hand, pinch that thread in between your thumb and your forefinger, okay? And then you want to make sure the thread is coming out down here. Don't do it like this. Do it like that, all right? And then I got to have it a little bit longer. That's, again, me. See how I'm doing this? Holding this like this, grabbing this like this. And I'm just going to turn my hand underneath and go right between there and slide it right back out. Now you see how that thread is? It's on this thread, right? The knot is on that knot. We don't want it there. We want that knot over here. So we're going to loosen this hand up and tighten this one up. And see how that knot flipped? Okay, that's the first half. That is the first half of our double stitch. Then we're going to take our shuttle. We're going to set it right on top. Okay, set it right on top there. And slide it forward so the thread goes up and go under. And again, see, that's on there. We need the knot on this side. So we loosen this hand up a little bit, tighten this one up, and it flipped. And there's our first complete double stitch. Okay, so under and over, loosen and tighten, and then just tighten this up. Don't pull this super tight, okay? Go over and then under, loosen, tighten. Okay, and you've got to keep it loose because this has to be able to move. Okay, if this right here can't move like that, then chances are one of those didn't flip. So you're going to take it out. That's what this is for. And start over. So do that. Practice. Get a shuttle. Under, over, loosen, tighten. Over, under, and then when I do under, I loosen and tighten at the same time. So, and there we have it. Okay, and then every now and then you're gonna have to, let some thread out and probably, loosen that up a little bit. Do it to how it's comfortable for you. Under, over, under, under, over, over, under. See? We're not going to work on picots today because let's do one thing at a time, okay? So practice doing that. Under, over, over, under. Okay? Under, over, over, under. And then let me do I'm going to do a few more because then I want to show you what happens when we tighten it up into the ring. Okay, so we'll go under, over, because most of these things you're going to end up with your little loops and whatnot. But yeah, this is actually, seriously, this is the only stitch there is. You do have picots, but again, that's not a stitch. That's actually like an absence of a stitch. Like you could go like this and hold it, and I said we weren't going to do picots, and here I am doing it. And I think I messed that one up anyway, but because I don't think it's going to slide. Yeah. Oh, good. That's perfect. One of my stitches, my first stitch didn't flip. It won't slide now. See, that's what I was talking about. So it's probably a good thing that I did do that. I was able to show you that right off the bat. My goodness. I don't know what my cats are doing out there. Let's try that again and see if... Okay. See? You do that, then when you pull it, then you'll have this little loop right there. That's a picot. And I normally do them with my gauges, so we'll just leave it there. We'll have one little picot on it. And see, I got to loosen it up again. And again, I got to pull this out. And if it doesn't pull, there's a problem. Under, over, over, under. Under, over, and loosen. Pull that tight. Over, under, loosen your hand up here, pull that tight. Okay. Those actually look a little bit loose. That's, again, practice. I haven't done this for a while. I haven't even known how to do it for a year now. So, I mean, all right. So then I'm just going to do this and show you how to do the ring. So let's say this is what you had to do for the ring, which is lopsided, and we don't care. When you're going to make the ring, you want to hold these, and you're going to pull this tight. This piece, not this one. You hold it and you pull it tight as you can get it, and there's your first ring with a little lopsided picot. See? So I mean, then like if you're going to start from here, you would just hold your ring. Bring your thread up there. I personally go like that so that little piece isn't in my way. And then when you do that, you wanna depending on if you have to do a loop, you know, there's different things that you would do. If you're gonna do one tight up against it, then you want to do it up really tight, like I just did that one, so it, you know what I mean? So it takes right up against it. But sometimes they want loose ones. And I'll tell you, I don't tap very fast. I do not tap fast. I have not been doing it long enough. I'm not talented enough yet for that. Look at that, I just made a little tiny one. All right. So I think for today, we'll call that good. So practice. Yep. Get a shuttle, any kind that you want. Like I said, there's all different kinds of them here. Get any kind that you want to get. Be like me and have everything just because you don't know which kind you want. Yeah, do that. Get some number 5 or number 3 thread and just practice until the next one. I don't know when that'll be, but it'll be, I promise. I'll do some more. All right. So I hope you will join me for the next one, and hope you like and subscribe and leave me some comments, ask me some questions. I might not know because, like I said, you know, I'm kind of new to tatting myself, but I got some resources. So let me know. All right. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.